Jamal Niaz here with the main man, Dan Hooker. Now, massive props to you, man, travelling 30 hours to support your good friend, Oscar. He's travelled to Australia to support you many times, but this is crazy, isn't it? Bare Knuckle FC, they're talking about selling out 50,000 tickets at the Burnabout next year. The way the sport's grown is incredible.
Oh, it's absolutely exploding. Coming here and seeing the size of the event for yourself, like it makes a lot of steam on social media and stuff like that, but to see the size of this thing once you're actually here in the flesh, I feel like the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit for Ben.
Have you ever been interested in this side of things? I know you're under contract with the UFC, but at some point would you want to dip your toe into this game?
Brother, I've had more fights without gloves than with them, so
you're walking apart, right?
No, like it needs to be respected, taking the gloves off. But I fight for that feeling it gives you, that adrenaline rush, that excitement, and that's what I'm looking forward to for this event, is being there in the flesh. And I really, it sounds weird, but just the sound of the punches landing without gloves is a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing.
The guys look like they've been in a car crash after most fights as well. It's crazy.
I generally do anyway after most fights. So
I don't think come out on top.
I don't think it's going to make much difference, mate.
That's true. When we were talking about the Dustin Poirer fight, both of you guys look like you'd come out of a car crash in that one. Just when you look at the trajectory of that fight, what it did for both your careers, like I feel like even though you lost, there wasn't a real loser in that fight. It goes down as one of the greatest fights in UFC history, the highlight of a very dark era for sports, enhanced by the lack of a crowd. You dyed your hair blonde, you've gone Super Saiyan mode now, haven't you?
That's it, gone Super Saiyan. Yeah, like I learned a lot in that fight. I would not take back that fight and that experience. I feel like the things I learned in that fight, they made me a better fighter and helped me win my next few fights. So, I wouldn't take back any of those losses, especially that one, because it helped me grow so much as a fighter.
Do you remember your thoughts and feelings in between rounds? I remember there was a particular round where you was just absolutely piecing Dustin up right towards the end of the round, and it looked like you could have finished him at the beginning of the next round. Like it kept swaying the momentum of that fight, but I remember that was one of the best sequences in the fight where you were just unloading on him. Maybe it was round 2 or 3.
Yeah. After the second
sequence, I mean.
Yeah, after the second, just try to get him out of there. It was a funny time, especially being from New Zealand. The gyms were closed. We weren't allowed out of our houses. It was a pretty wild time. I think the gym was open for like the last 4 weeks of training camp. So it's like an educated guess. I was like, well, I've only trained for 3 or 4 weeks. I was like, I probably don't have the gas to go 5 rounds. I'm going to try and get this bloke out of here at the moment. So we all take our risks. It's a sport of risk and reward. It didn't pay off, and I took my licks for the next few rounds. But hey, it's the game we play.
100%, and you're always a fan favourite. And I don't know if you saw, but Dana White likes the idea of a 4-man tournament between yourself, Dustin Poirer, Justin Gaethje, and the BMF champ, Max Holloway, with it being a one-night tournament, I believe, and the winner comes out BMF champion. He's never been a fan of the idea of a one-night tournament, so whether it did end up being that, but I already know the answer to this question. You're absolutely down for that, but what do you make of those potential matchups? They're all incredible matchups.
Yeah, I've fought in a few tournaments before. There's a big show in New Zealand called King of the Ring, which is 3 fights in one night. So I've won that tournament. Like Israel's won it, Carlos Olberg's won it. So it's something. Being from New Zealand, it's just something we're used to, is having more than one fight in the same night. So I'd love it. I'd love it. Get it all, knock it out twice. As long as I get 2 paychecks,
yeah. I mean, you could be you could get like double performance of the night bonus. You could come out with like Max Holloway with like a 600 grand bonus.
Then I'm happy. If I get 2 paychecks, I'm in.
Because you get the opportunity for potential revenge over Poirier, and then you've got potential really exciting fresh matchups with Gaethje or Holloway. Those are absolutely mouth-watering prospects, aren't they?
Yeah, that's I think the fans just know whatever's next for me is going to be big and it's going to be exciting, and I feel like people want to see her. People want to see me versus Max or Gaethje or Poirier. I think every fight fan tunes into every last one of those fights.
Guaranteed violence. Now, we all know why you're here. You're here to support your friend, but you did mention you wanted to meet up with Conor. Now, Conor's not here today, but I'm hearing he's going to be here tomorrow. You wanted to state your interest in being his return opponent.
Yeah, it's not like that. People are saying, oh, you're going to call him out, this and that. Like, we've got a lot of mutual friends, and then going by hanging out with the mutual friends, it seems like we'd get on quite well. So I don't feel like
you're talking trash against him.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's like I know he needs to fight his contract out with the UFC. He's looking for an opponent, and I'm ready to fight. As soon as I get back to New Zealand after this, I'll jumping into training camp. So I'm good to go January, March next year. So it's like, man, if he wants to fight, like, the UFC have already put a good opponent in front of me. But obviously, if we can get that fight put together, we can get that fight put together. I feel like it's another big fight that the fans would like to see, you know.
The opponent that you've had put in front of you, would that be? I'm not asking who it would be. I'm not that stupid. I know you're not going to give me an exclusive right like that, but would that be for like before the end of the year? Would that be for December, or would that be like January time you mentioned it?
Next year. So I can do January or March.
Okay.
The missus is dropping a baby in February, so that's cannot, my brother, cannot even
McGregor.
Even for McGregor. Sorry, my friend. It can't be done.
Talk about that potential McGregor fight. How do you see yourselves matching up? Because you've shown time and time again you embrace the trenches, you absolutely love a war. He's shown it in the Nate Diaz fight. He does like a war as well.
Yeah, oh man, that's just what I do. Like I don't get in there. I don't know. I'm just from like hard working, middle class, and people pay their hard-earned money to see us fight. You know what I mean? They got to work all week and to be a UFC fan and be a fight fan. I know it's not the cheapest thing in the world to buy pay-per-views and get your fight pass and stuff like that. So obviously when I get out there, it's not like I'm going to push a guy against a cage or grab a hold of him and say, all these people are giving their hard-earned money. They got to work. They work their asses off. And the way that I can pay them back, the way that I can give something back and do my part as a fighter is to go out there and actually fight, and so they get their money's worth.
Do you feel that you're 2 fights away now, 2 wins away from a world title shot?
Oh, I feel like my next fight will be a title eliminator, one or the other, whether that's a BMF title, whether that's the lightweight title. I feel like it's everyone's grabbing these 4. I don't know. I thought they were just empty boxes. There's a 4. Yeah, I'm going for.
We're gonna have to go and get some after.
I'm going for a 4-star.
It'll be one of. Oh, is that what it is? Of course it is. Yeah. Why not? Why not?
I'm not gonna have to go up and pinch one of them. I see everyone walking out with them.
The way the division's panning out as a whole, obviously, Makhachev is the guy that you want. There's built-in history there. Looks like at some point it's going to be Sarukian that's going to be the fight for him. How do you see that rematch going? Because it was a really close first fight, right?
Yeah, I think that's like that'll be like a closely contested fight. You know, very similar skill sets. They're both handy on the feet, and obviously both good. It was an incredible first fight, and then obviously Sarukian took that on short notice. So I feel like it'll be an even closer fight. I feel like I might be the guy to dethrone Makhachev. It'll be a close one.
If this time next year we see you with the UFC world title, I'm dyeing my hair blonde, man, because that seems to be the route to success, doesn't it? You could end up fighting Oliveira for the belt. I mean,
that's the funny part about it. Everyone's like, "Why'd you dye your hair?" And I was like, because I was coming off 2 arm breaks. I spent a long time on the shelf, a couple of surgeries, and I got covered in bloody tattoos. And I didn't want to answer all the questions about the tattoos. Yeah. So then I dyed my hair just to distract everyone.
That's true. And now about the tattoos then. Joking.
So that was the original idea. Everyone's going, "Why did you dye your hair?" And I was like, because I don't want to answer tattoo questions back to back to back.
That's true. When you look at the bare knuckle guys as well, I know that Conor does want to venture into the bare knuckle side of things. From my perspective, I feel like Mike Perry would be the fight. That's got to be the number one fight for anyone transitioning from MMA to bare knuckle, because he was the guy that kind of perfected that game and he's running this side of things. How do you think he would do against Mike Perry in bare knuckle?
Yeah, Perry's a big bloke, and I'm crazy, not stupid, brother. I'm not.
would you not want that now?
Oh, brother, he's like, there's weight classes here for a bloody reason. Perry's a big bloke. I'm crazy, I'm not stupid, brother.
If the money's right.
I'll come in here and do my natural weight class. Like, you're not going to come in here and Perry's a big boy. He's a big boy.
How do you think Conor would do in bare knuckle, though? Do you think he would be successful at it?
Yeah, obviously he's got a cracking left hand. He's a good boxer. Handy in the grappling. He'd definitely do well.
I know you're all very good friends with Israel Adesanya. You know, one of the greatest stars of sports ever seen. Absolutely incredible athlete, incredible personality. From your perspective, what would you like to see him do next? Would you like to see him stay at middleweight, try and reclaim that throne, or would you like to see him try and have the legacy fight with Alex Pereira? That would be insane, wouldn't it? Take the light heavyweight title from him and then just sail off into the sunset.
Oh, that's up to him, bro. That's up to him. That's a funny thing about being like good mates with him. Good mates with someone is their
It'd be the fifth fight, actually, wouldn't it?
I'll support him no matter what he does. You know what I mean? Like after the fight, after that last fight, I went straight to his hotel room once I got back from the hospital, and I didn't even care. Like I didn't even ask him how his fight went. You know what I mean? I just gave him a hug. We had a beer, and I just make sure he's all right. Like I don't care. He can do whatever he wants to do. It's like true friendship. You know, you don't. He can do whatever he wants to do, and I'll support him.
Do you feel like when you get the world title, do you feel like it would be a tricky situation? Do you feel like in order to be a true champion, you need to defend it at least once, and then would you start thinking about walking away, or have you got many years left?
Hey, if I could sing or dance, I wouldn't be here. This is the only thing I'm any good at in the face of the earth. But
and you love it.
I love it, mama. I love it. I can take a punch, and I got a left hand that could kill a horse. So.
Final one. Just your top 5 personal favourite fighters to watch right now.
My top 5?
Yeah. Doesn't have to be just MMA.
I'm actually not a big fight fan.
Are you not?
If I'm being honest. Yeah, not too much.
What about MMA then? Maybe just MMA. When you're just casually going.
Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva, Gustafsson in his prime. Gustafsson, John Jones is my absolute favourite fight of all time. So I'd have him up 3. Number 4, I like Carlos Condit.
Yeah.
That's another one I chuck in the mix. And Tim Means is another guy.
Yeah. Underrated.
That's my fight.
Well, I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of the trip. Really appreciate speaking to you. Bucket list one of the most exciting fighters in the sport. Always delivers. Appreciate the time, brother. Thanks so much, man.